I'd say that there's two very high-level challenges. And one is really understanding what digital transformation means for your business versus the sort of fear of missing out. My name is Amit. I'm Global Pursuits Director for Europe, Middle East, and Africa with AVEVA. I focus on helping our global clients meet their digitalization objectives, particularly in the area of oil and gas, energy, power utilities, capital projects, and in their operations. There are many different sort of digitalization trends in the energy sector globally, and they're all kind of running at the same time. So some of them we all know about, things like cloud, things like mobility and connected worker, augmented reality, virtual reality, or extended reality. You know, the names, we keep adding new names to all these kinds of things. For me, the main one really is what underlies and underpins them all, and that's data unification or data integration. So for example, what COVID-19 has done is really helped to prove the value of some of these trends. For example, cloud in particular, cloud adoption has really benefited from COVID-19 in a strange way, because of course it forced adoption, but then by doing that, it helped prove the value of cloud, right? So COVID-19 has had a big impact from that perspective. It's also really increased the urgency for things like mobility and connected worker, because leaders need to have the ability to connect work with their people wherever their people are. But for me, all of that, what that's really doing is pushing and pushing and pushing more the momentum around data unification. There are many challenges. I'd say that there's two very high-level challenges, and one is really understanding what digital transformation means for your business versus the sort of fear of missing out. Because of course, by this point, I think oil and gas, energy, you know, these industries, we've recognized that we are behind the curve. That we've fallen behind compared to other sectors and other other segments of business in terms of reaping the benefits of digitalization. So on the one hand, there's a genuine fear of we must do this, but then there's also we don't really know how to do this or why we're doing it and how to get started, and start making those steps up the digitalization maturity curve, as we call it. So this is what AVEVA can really help with. So AVEVA is we are a technology company, we are a software business. We are an innovation company, but that's all built on deep industry expertise and a track record of delivering value to our industrial clients. So, we make the solutions that affect the core business. And so, we help by proving the value, we help by partnering our customers on every step of their journey. Yeah, this is a great question because, of course, as we see IT get better, as we see technology in general get better, the question persists: Why are we not realizing the potential? Why is the promise not being fulfilled? And part of the reason for that is because actually it has the effect of increasing the amount and complexity, scale, and volume of data that we have to handle. So as we go along and we start to get to grips with certain silos of data, certain realms or domains of data, there's more of it. And then there's more connections that are required. And so, part of the challenge there is that although customers have understood that they need to bring data together to unify it so that it reflects their complex businesses, they realize that that's where the value is. They haven't been able to do it, at least until recently. So I do think that challenge is one that companies like AVEVA are helping our customers overcome, because that's actually what we focus on. We focus on unifying your data across your business functions, across your asset life cycles, so that we can prove the value of it. And then, of course, proving the value of it is part of encouraging that change management journey. So I think we will start to see those challenges be overcome. The other one is good governance around data, but again, that's something that gets encouraged by seeing the benefits of bringing data under control. The Middle East actually is increasingly an innovative part of the world, and in particular, I would say that some locations, especially in the Gulf, are increasingly playing alongside the traditional global innovation hubs like the US, UK, Europe, Far East. There are things that are being done in the Gulf that are on a par with anything being done anywhere in the world. So the first step actually is to acknowledge that and say, hey, you know what, we can do it. We can do it. So that's the first step. The second step is to find the right partnership. And I come from an oil and gas background myself. I know how complex and busy these organizations are, and leaders inside oil and gas organizations are just their every moment is full with running their business. So although they want to think about the future and they want to plan and act for the future, it's a very difficult thing to do without the right partnership. And so, the second step is to reach out and have the conversation with a partner like AVEVA that deeply understands your business, and then start planning a change journey that's really specific to you. Absolutely. So you'll notice more and more people, instead of putting 3.0 or 4.0, they just put X.0, and that way they can use their slides, a few years in the future, because who knows what number it'll be then, right? So yes, the reality is yes. So the way, however we measure these big leaps in innovation, that time frame is getting shorter and shorter. So there will be, and I personally think that the next level, whether we call it oil and gas 5.0 or just generally energy 5.0, will be driven mainly by the concept of cognition, which is now not only do we have data, and now not only do we have the unification of that data and the systems to connect it from the edge to the headquarters, but now we're applying artificial intelligence and machine learning across our complex businesses so that we get the benefit of human cognition-like decision-making being done by our technology. And so for me, that's 5.0. But when will it arrive? Not really sure. It's probably closer than people think. To the point that I made earlier around data, in order to master data and bring it to the benefit of your business, you need to be able to apply it across your functions and across your asset lifecycle. And that means that the data has to, your management of that data has to be able to, account for all of that complexity. That's why learning from experts in other industries is really, really important, because it's important to see how they do it. So that's one of the things that I think our audience will get out of the session, Conquering the Data Monster. I think another important thing will be they will get the realization that the data monster is really, really big. But if you know how to start fighting it, you can take those first steps, right? Throw a few punches, maybe swing your sword, but you need to know what to aim at, right? You need to know what to go for. The data monster has some weak points, and we will hopefully help you identify them for your business.